Today's video is brought to you by Displate, my friends. Dope metal prints that you mount on your wall with magnets. Clearly we don't have walls because we're outside, and also I'm leaving the country, so no permanent decorations for me. But anyways, dope metal prints with tons of designs. You want weeb stuff? They got weeb stuff. You want nature? They got nature. You want to show where you from, where you going? Gainesville, Florida, Pretoria, South Africa, they got that too. Anyways, they also have the official licensing for Cyberpunk 2077. Anyways, dope metal prints, they plant 10 trees for every display you buy. So if you want to be part of Team Trees in an indirect way, you can totally do that. Going to displate.com/UFD Tech Official, enter coupon code UFD to save 15%. Do it now. Or if they have another sale, which is very often, and you get higher percentage, still use our link, UFD Tech Official, down below, okay? Hit the buttons, buy the displays. I need to buy more because I'm moving and I'm not shipping them because they're heavy. So I'm just gonna buy more that side. Hey friends, this marks the second of 2 Radeon RX 5700 XT reviews that we need to get done before I head out from South Africa. And today we're taking a look at the ASRock Tai Chi edition. Probably, in my opinion, one of the best looking graphics cards that have come out with this AMD generation. Obviously this is going to be personal preference, but I love how it matches ASRock's Tai Chi design philosophy, marking this with an X570 Tai Chi board, and you have a pretty sleek build design aesthetic going on. Slap in some Trident Z Neo G-Skill RAM kits and you are going to have a very good dual tone PC going on, which unfortunately, just getting this out up front is probably one of the only reasons why you would consider this card, because it comes in at $80 more than the reference edition card, or $80 more than the card we reviewed earlier, which is the XFX RAW 2. This thing comes in at $480, nearly $500, which puts it in an entirely different class of graphics cards, considering you can get a 2070 Super for the exact same price. And while the 5700 XT might be able to keep toe-to-toe with the 2070, it cannot do that with the 2070 Super. But let's take a look at this card's performance, because we do get some decent performance out of this thing. It performs at stock about as well as our RAW 2 did overclocked. It's roughly 2 gigahertz right out of the factory, coming in at 70 degrees on the core and then 91 degrees hotspot, which is what we got when we set the fans to 50% on our RAW 2. So overall, just at base level performance out of the box, the Tai Chi beats everything that we've tested so far, which has been about 3 or 4 different 5700 XTs. And then overclocking performance, it actually did pretty phenomenally. We were able to hit 2.1 gigahertz on the core. We were able to max out the memory to 950 megahertz as much as we could. And then with a custom fan curve where we hit 100% fan speed at 80 degrees, which we never got around there. We hit 62 degrees on the core, 78 degrees on the hotspot, and then we got about a 5 to 10% performance uplift on this card. So overclocking on the Tai Chi is actually quite good, but unfortunately, there's more than a 5% performance difference between the 5700 XT and the 2070 Super, which is where the $480 price tag from ASRock's Tai Chi really slots it in at. So performance-wise, this thing has performed admirably. It looks gorgeous. It has the dual tone aesthetic with black and silver. It has the clockwork design that ASRock's really been going for, and then the RGB ring on the middle fan with the translucent fan blade, that 80 millimeter right there, looks gorgeous. And with the dual 90 millimeter fans on the outside, everything performed about what we were expecting. The price, again, as I mentioned, is probably the biggest downfall, coming in at $480, which makes it a tough pill to swallow, considering that's a 20% price increase for not 20% performance increase. It's really hard to justify. But if you're going for the design aesthetic, ASRock has really nailed it. I really love the design. If I was keeping my X570 Tai Chi and bringing it with me to the States, then I would also want to keep this 5700 XT Tai Chi OC from ASRock. They go so well together, and I really, really appreciate ASRock's kind of doing with this dual tone design what MSI was doing with black and red back in the days. Like, it has that similar feel. You're gonna have a really cohesive system if you do the two together, but it's gonna cost you a pretty penny to get that done. So that's gonna be the end of our review of the 5700 XT Tai Chi OC from ASRock. Let us know what you think of the card down below. Do you like the design? I've kind of gotten the impressions that it's polarizing to some people. I personally love it, but I wanna hear from you down below in the comments. And again, don't forget to let us know what you think of these quick reviews that we're doing right before we head back to the States. I'm keen to hear from you down below in the comments. Don't forget about Displate. Buy them. Dope metal prints. Mounts with magnets. Okay. Okay, smash the like button, get subscribed, stay up to date on all of our tech-related content, my friends, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.